Wondering, would you be my little quarantine? Or is this the way it ends? 'Cause I told you, level of concern, that you walk by like you never heard. You could bring down my level of concern. Just need you to tell me we're alright, tell me we're okay.
I think you might have overdressed for it there.
Yeah, I tried to really show up for you guys. I see you guys don't really care, so whatever. This is actually the jacket I got married in.
Was your little baby going? I mean, Rosie, she looks like a little munchkin.
She is cute. My wife and I have talked. Do we think she's cute just because she's ours? It'll be this forever question we're never sure of. And people saying things like you just said kind of makes us think maybe she's actually cute, but we'll never know.
What's one of the cool things that she's doing right now? Anything cool? I mean, and I know when they're just a couple months old, they're sort of a blob, but
yeah,
I mean,
she's just like a ball of skin right now. But I think she's able to mimic me. I make a noise. It's just a silly like "g" noise, and she can kind of make that. And then my wife rolls her tongue, and she makes that at her. So right now, that's our names. I'm good, and she's drr, so.
You go, Rosie, you go.
Now, how was she in front of the camera? She's obviously in the video. Her first big debut. Was she a natural or was she resistant?
Oh, she was a natural. So when I wrote the treatment for that music video, that was like the first scene that came up in my head, and then I built everything else around it. And that scene was when the lights kick on. My daughter's eyes blink, like she just thinks that it's ridiculous that we're doing that, and it worked great.
So you said that you're wearing what you got married in, correct?
I think so.
Okay, I hope you think so.
Yeah.
I just want to know, is Josh married? Did Josh just run away and secretly get married? Because he was wearing a wedding ring in that video, so I just it caught my eye, and I was like, "What's going on here?" Ah, okay, all right, cool. I like it. All right.
No answer.
Hey, okay.
Was level of concern something you were already kind of working on before the whole quarantine, or one day did just the whole thing come to you and you decide we got to get it out now?
No, that happened naturally. I didn't have that one in the hopper ready to go. Actually, my mom made a comment to me in passing as kind of all the news was breaking about the virus, and she just said, "Man, I could really use kind of an upbeat song right now to distract me from all this." And I guess that speaks to the danceability of the track, and I didn't want to be too on the nose with the lyrics, so I wanted to pair it with another true story, which is when I first met my wife, I was ready to date her, I was ready to dive right in, and she was a little more hesitant. And not to compare a pandemic with the uncertainties of a relationship, but in that moment for someone who maybe isn't getting, their feelings reciprocated, in their world, it does kind of feel like starting to bubble over and become a little anxious. So I wanted to kind of pair those two stories and move them down the lane at the same time so that maybe the song could survive when all this is over too.
Dude, you look great, first of all.
Yeah,
thanks for stepping up
for you, man.
I feel like I've done a lot of Zooms in the last couple of weeks, and everyone takes it as an opportunity to dress down. So,
well, I'll tell you what, this is my first one, so I decided to go all in for you.
Awesome, man. How are you? How's the family?
We're doing well. I always, when I wasn't touring, I was always kind of naturally a homebody. Not to say that this has no effect on me, but I guess as far as what it is I like to do with my time, which is just work on music and stay at home, a lot of it seems to just kind of be in lockstep. But it's a lot tougher. It's starting to get to me, starting to feel a little anxious. But I have the luxury of walking out into a yard, and I know some people who don't even have yards, whether they're living in a big city or whatever. So I try to look at the positive in it.
Of course. Speaking of Josh, I was worried he wouldn't be here, so I wanted to make room for him and just say a quick "What's up? What's up, Josh?"
What's up, man?
That picture, it's so funny. He's such a nice guy, and he looks so tough in that picture.
That's his role. I knew that I don't look intimidating, so I needed to find someone who was going to fill that void for me. The only other guy in my band is someone who looks really mean. But then as soon as you talk to him, he completely blows his cover.
Absolutely. Big teddy bear. This song is not the newest or it's not the only new thing in your life this spring. Dad life, okay? Is it going okay?
Yeah, man. She's doing great. I got a new daughter. She I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I can't believe the amount of joy I get in the tiniest little things now, which is so silly. And, you know, I've heard my dad talk about it. I've heard other dads talk about it, you know, and I've always kind of brushed it off like, yeah, you're just into your kid. But man, for her to reach out and grab a toy for the first time, I mean, I'm standing up and I'm celebrating. But it's such a simple, silly, trivial little thing. But it's exciting to watch her not know. One day she doesn't realize that her arm is hers. And then the next day she does realize that it's hers and she can move it. It's just watching her put those things together and piece her life together as a little human has been really fun.
Absolutely. Well, I have two of my own, and if I had to choose a time in my life where I was forced to be in the house and not allowed to go out, I think those first couple weeks, those first couple months with a new kid could not have been better timing. It's just
it is really good timing. But I will want to be doing more of these interviews so that I can point to them later once they go up online or whatever, when she's old enough to realize that I spent a bunch of time with her, because she needs to remember this.
Absolutely. Confirmed right now if you're watching it. Absolutely, Rosie. He spent the time. He
spent a ton of time with you. You just didn't know because you weren't real thinking yet.
Absolutely. Tyler, thank you for everything. Thanks for the time. Thanks for dressing up. And thank you for the song. Again, your mom said it was kind of something that we needed, and she was absolutely right, man. It is something we needed. It could not have come at a better time.